Alright, I'm going to do a quick little video just to show you how these things work. So I think I'm going to send you this one because it's not shipped like this one is, so I'm just going to explain to you how to set them up. When I send it to you, it's already going to have liquid in there. It's going to be ready to go, so you won't have to do any of this when you first get it. But the routine maintenance that you have to keep up with it, this is the stuff that you need to know. Okay, so it's all in one. You just hit this button to hit it, and you just breathe in just like the Joule. You do have to hit the button though. I don't think there's a button on the Joule, so that's just something you'll have to get used to. Okay, now there's a little window right here where you can see how much liquid you have in your thing. You can see it's up here. When it drops down lower, you need to fill it up. Now how to fill it up. Grab the mouthpiece, wiggle it off. My hands are wet, otherwise it'd come off easier. Okay, and now you'll have this little ring. You see little grooves in it, the 2 grooves? Okay, what's gonna happen is that little metal bar on the mouth tip goes in those 2 grooves, and you unscrew it. Okay. Alright, and you'll pull this whole thing out. Okay, now this is your coil. Alright. On the Joule, you change out the pod. The pod is the tank, the coil, the juice, all that stuff. With this thing, you're just going to change out the coil. So whenever you take this out, this is how you change your coil. You just twist this bottom part off and throw that away and put the new one on. I'm going to send you a pack of them right here. Now what happens in the coil is what turns the liquid into a vapor, and depending on how much you use it, they'll eventually go bad. From what Shelby told me you smoked, or the amount that you smoked, a coil is going to last you probably over a month, so you'll maybe do this once a month. Now the reason you're going to change out your coil is the cotton inside the coil is eventually going to get burned up, so it's going to either start tasting like shit, or you'll start getting some liquid spitting through your mouth tip because it's not retaining liquid anymore. So whenever that happens, you just change your coil. So like I said, just take the mouthpiece off, unscrew that, and then take the bottom piece off, replace it with one of these, put it back in there. Now to fill it, you do the same thing. You take the mouthpiece off, you unscrew that, pull that part out, and then you've got this giant hole right here. Now if you look closely on here, you can't really, kind of, you see the red line right here? That's your max line. So whenever you're filling this thing with liquid, you only fill it up to the red line. Because if you were to fill it up to here and put this thing back in there, it's just going to spill over everywhere. So to fill it and change the coil, same thing. Take the tip off, unscrew that, fill it up to there, put the new coil on this thing. You don't have to put, you don't need a new coil every time you put new liquid in there. It's only when it starts to taste bad is when you change your coil out. And then simply put this back on here, twist it back on. And you're good to go. It does charge USB just like the Joule on the bottom. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, whenever you do change the coil, whenever you put a new coil in there, make sure you you put it in there and screw it on, put it all back together, but then let it sit for at least 5 minutes because that cotton inside the coil is actually dry right now. Or whenever you change it, it's dry, and if you just immediately try to hit it, you're immediately going to burn it up and ruin it. So whenever you put a new coil in there, like I said, only about once a month, make sure you just set it aside and let it chill for 5-10 minutes, and that way it'll be good to go. I think that's it. I'm going to send you I'm working on a liquid right now. It's a mango, and it's got 20% nicotine in it. Everyone's different, so I don't know exactly what you like. I don't know exactly what you smoked. So I'm going to send you a little bottle of it, and it's already going to be in here whenever you get it. And try that for a couple days, and if you love it, great. I'll make a big bottle of it for you and send it to you. If you think it's got too much flavor or not enough flavor, if you think the nicotine's too strong, if you think the nicotine's too weak, just tell Shelby and have her tell me, and I'll tweak it a little bit and send you a new bottle, and then we'll keep tweaking it until it gets to be something that you think is absolutely perfect. And whenever we get that done, then I'll send you a big ball to where you won't need juice for a year-ish. I think that's it. So let me know if you have any questions.